Hi guys, John here, and welcome back to another episode of Spotted Cars. As you can see, right next to me is the brand new 2021 Porsche 911 Turbo S Cabriolet. This is one car that I've been really excited to get behind the wheel of, and I've been fortunate enough to have been spending the last couple days with it, courtesy of Porsche Prestige, part of Group Gabriel. I've really been looking forward to spending time behind the wheel of a Turbo S, in particular this one right over here, due to the fact that I actually assisted the owner in speccing the entire vehicle. Right off the bat, what you'll notice is the exterior color. The exterior color is PTS Albert Blue. Albert Blue actually appeared first on the 70s 911s, and it is a heritage color. PTS meaning paint to sample catalog that Porsche offers. So all that means is that this option is a color that you don't often see on standard 911s, and it is a $15,000 option. Another eye-catching detail to go along with the Albert Blue exterior color are these Turbo S exclusive design wheels finished in satin orum. Also, the optional carbon mirrors add to the uniqueness of the vehicle as well. Can we just take a moment to admire how beautiful it looks? A true masterpiece, if I do say so myself. Just look at that silhouette. Let's focus on the interior. So for starters, the leather color is known as truffle brown that just screams class and sophistication. Keeping with the interior theme, the car was also optioned with the following components in leather: the vents, the sun visors, the cup holder, the interior mirror panel, the fuse box, the edging of the floor mats. Heck, even the owner's manual, wallet, and key pouch are finished in leather as well. Other notable options include the tachometer, sport chrono dial, and seatbelts that are finished in racing yellow, as well as the matte carbon fiber inlays found in the backrest shells of the front seats. All in all, at a base price of $246,300. With all the options fitted onto this car, the final price tag comes in at just over $305,000. So now that we've covered all the details and features of the vehicle, the only thing left to do is to take it out for a spin. So let's buckle up, start her up, and away we go. Behind the wheel of the Turbo S. The Turbo S is it's just remarkable. I mean, the way that it just handles the road, and right now I'm in its most normal driving setting. There's Sport, Sport Plus, and an individual mode. And as you can see, it's actually quite quiet. What you're probably hearing the most right now, besides a bit of exterior noise, is my ventilated seats. And perhaps some of the inconsistencies in the road, but that's about it. So now we'll just flick it into sport. And as you can see, the car just comes a little bit more alive, and the exhaust opens up. And once you just kind of put your foot down, I'm gonna leave it in automatic. I'm not gonna put it in manual mode. Keep in mind, that was sport mode. We're not even in Sport Plus, and nor did we do a launch control yet. And the way that the power just picks up, you get that slight little turbo lag. But once you get past that, it doesn't make sense how fast it goes. And like I said, once you're in sport, you should hear the nice little burbles and crackles from the exhaust. Downshift one more time, and you just go. And of course, no Turbo S review would be complete without doing a proper launch control. Are you ready? So to launch it, it's very simple. Simply turn the dial to Sport Plus, put your foot on the brake, foot on the gas, and let go. Holy shit. And it just goes. And that's launch control in a Turbo S. That launch it's so violent, and then you just look at the speed buildup and you're like, oh my God, look at it go, and it's just going right through the gears. And I'm sure, as you guys noticed, when you do the launch control, it's in fully automatic. I don't need to do any shifting whatsoever. You leave it in auto, so that speed just builds up because of that PDK that they've just perfected. Their PDK automatic transmission is unbelievable. You can be the best manual driver in the world, and your shifts will never be faster than a PDK transmission. And like I said, you put it back into normal, the exhaust is off, you're just cruising around, and you forget what you just did. And it doesn't make sense how they were able to engineer something so good.
To further develop my point on engineering, back in 2014, in honor to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the 911, Road & Track celebrated the occasion by launching a 911 Turbo S 50 times in a row.
And what's amazing is, all 50 times that they launched it, it had the exact same results all 50 times. And not only that, they launched it 50 times and nothing was wrong with the vehicle after that. If you do that with any other supercar, let's face it, a Nissan GTR, right? An R35 GTR, after 5 launches, your warranty's voided. Any Ferrari whatsoever, you would not be able to launch it 50 times. There'd for sure be a check engine light that would come on, or, you know, an espresso light would come on that you'd have to go on a coffee break just to cool down the car in the meantime. But the Porsche will just go consistently one after another. I think what surprises me most of the Turbo S is the handling. I mean, yes, granted, it does have all-wheel drive, so obviously it's going to be planted, but just the precision of it, a couple downshifts, and just hugs the corners. And I think the reason why this surprises me so much is because it's a turbo at the end of the day. It's not a GT3, it's not a GT2 RS. And it's just remarkable how it just stays planted. Look at this. Picks up speed, and also the carbon ceramic brakes are amazing with this much power, and where you're going in and out of the corners. Oh my God. Amazing. For those who know me, know that Porsche has become one of my favorite brands throughout the recent years. And oftentimes people will ask me what makes a Porsche so good, in particular the 911. Oftentimes I'll use the example where you take a 911 to the office, you leave around noon, you go to Tremblant, you bring the car around the track without necessarily needing to do anything prior to bringing it to the track. After you're done there, drive back home, pick up your significant other for dinner, bring them to dinner, drop them off at dinner, and you could do an evening route without anything being wrong with the car. And you just don't see that in other manufacturers. And even from the practicality standpoint, the frunk, which people who don't know Porsches think that there's no storage space whatsoever. There's a ton of storage space in there. We were able to put all of our filming equipment in there with even some room to spare. And from the Burmester sound system, which is outstanding, to even when the roof is down, the Bluetooth calls, the quality of the Bluetooth calls is really phenomenal, I must say. I've been talking to people on the phone, and they were surprised that the roof was down as I was talking to them. And just the ergonomics of everything is where it should be and where you need it to be without there being unnecessary buttons or features throughout the vehicle. I've been really fortunate enough to drive some outstanding vehicles throughout the years. And every time I get to drive something cool, whether it's for a day or 2 days, oftentimes I bring back the key, I drop it off, and that's the end of it. I check it off my checklist. It's cool that I got to drive whatever supercar, luxury car, and that's it. However, it seems to be that every time a 911 is involved, I bring back the keys and I feel like a void. And it's one of those cars where I just constantly want to get back into over and over again. And the Turbo S is no exception. This is really the ultimate daily supercar. And that concludes the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you'd like to see future content to come, be sure to like and subscribe. Until then, let's put her into sport response button. See you guys next time.